Hey y'all. So I wanted to come on and chat, but let me turn this fan on real quick. Tag your team members. Let you people know that I'm here. I'm going to tag some of my people. Y'all know I hate talking to myself. I know it's like a rainy Friday and a lot of people are off and with their families. But I'm here and I'm doing the things anyway. So once I see if some people are going to pop on, then I'll get started. Okay, so I see at least one person popping on. Tag your team members. Make sure if you haven't that you double check that your I can't even talk right now. Your notifications are on for this page, because sometimes when Facebook updates things, they update your settings without you knowing. This is going to be super quick and to the point, but I wanted to share with you guys what I do at the beginning of each month when it comes to leadership and when it comes to your priorities, okay? So if you're anything like me, or you are very much like a to-do list, checklist person, the first of the month is probably really, really overwhelming for you. Raise your hand if the first of the month has ever been, overwhelming for you guys. I know for me it is, because I know that there's a million things that I have to do or that I need to do, okay? So hopefully I'm not alone in that. Now, one mistake that I used to make, and I still catch myself, I have to check myself. I do not do any coaching calls or team reach out stuff the first week of the month, because you always have to put your personal business first. Okay. So even though as a leader, we should be doing recognition. I have team mail I need to do. I have cover photos I need to do. I have emails I need to send. I have reports I need to pull. None of that stuff is going to go anywhere. Okay. It's still going to be there, but I have to take care of my personal business and my customers first, because at the end of the day, they are the heart and soul, and they are what is going to keep your business running. Because if you're not taking care of your customers and you're not taking care of your personal business, then your business is going to die. So first and foremost, I want you to know that. And you may have noticed over this year, you've seen a shift where the cover photos and stuff like that haven't been done until maybe the 5th or 6th of the month. Well, that's because I'm having to put my business first. Okay. So first of the month things that you need to do as a leader, or that are suggestions for you to do as a leader. So I always set my goals either the day before the end of the month or the first of the month. I usually do it the very first of the month. And I have this sheet right here, which is in my Google Drive. I can post it for you guys as well. And I put this in the front of my planner, and I'm also putting it right next to my desk so that I can look at it. Even though I do goals posts, share your goals on a team page, or you may get, if you're my frontline, then you're getting a Google form from me that has your goals. I don't want that to be the only place that you have them, because I fully believe that you have to have them right in front of you. And I know I did a check-in with some of my directors a couple months back, and some of them couldn't find that post, and so they couldn't remember what their goals were. And that's not to call people out. It's because you will forget. And I think that there's a lot of power in writing it down. So on this sheet, I have PRV and new teammates, what I would like my TWV and GWV, how many total frontline I want to grow to, how many active frontline, promotions for specific team, like for my team members, what am I going to do for self-care and what am I going to do for personal development? One thing I want to explain where I have new teamies and total frontline, guys, you get new frontline by reinstatements as well. Those don't count as new teamies to me. They're new teamies, but they're new frontline. You have frontline that may roll up to you. And there's just lots of different situations, and growing your front line is always something that you should be doing. Now, when it comes to goal setting, I am a firm believer in using your bar report. You can find that under the reporting and the sales tab in your workstation. Let's see, reporting, sales reports. It may be down still. Yeah, it's still down. So I printed this out yesterday, but it's called the Business Analyst Report. And I've been in this business for a while, so mine's really, really long. But I edited mine so that I could just look at 2019 and 2020 so that I could look at like some patterns, okay? So when it comes to setting my goals, I want to look at where I was in January of 2020, so a year ago. I want to see where I was. Also, where I ended last month. So I'm going to look at those and I'm going to challenge myself to beat those goals. Okay? You definitely have to know where you were so that you know where you're going. And you don't need to set your goals based on what somebody else posts in their team page. You need to set your goals on what's going to challenge you and what's going to make you better. Now, I'm going to go ahead and tell you, when I printed this yesterday, there wasn't November on it either. And it's usually updated on the 10th of every month, but with our system updates and stuff, it may be wrong, may be messed up. So I just wrote in my November and my December so that I had it right here in front of me. And so once you pull your bar report, that's going to open your eyes a lot. But I definitely suggest using your bar report to set your goals, okay? So that's something that I do at the first of the month. Another thing that I do at the very first of the month for my personal business, I do a lot of reflection, if you can't tell. I have my trackers for annual sales, annual mentor, and my yearly tracker. So now I'm going to be able to look at it as well. And a lot of people are probably saying, well, you can get that from the bar report. Yes, but I don't always print the bar report and have it right here in front of me. This gives me an easy way to look at it at a glance. So reflect on your business. Decide what worked really well for you and what you need to change up. Okay? Also, on the first of the month, I check my news tab. I check my workstation. I really get my brain wrapped around what's happening this month. I send a first of the month email to my customers. I usually on the first of the month, maybe like the last day of the month or the first of the month, I'm following up with all of my cent of the month mail outs. Okay, so I am going to take the rest of today to follow up with my customers, the people that I just sent mail to. I am going to use the rest of today talking about the discontinued things on social media. I'm going to spend the rest of the day, if the reporting tab gets back up, you're going to be able to see, you can pull reports under your, once the sales stuff pops back up, you're going to be able to pull reports for specific scents. So you can specifically reach out to people for those scents that are going away. Okay. The first of the month has to be focused on you. If you haven't had sponsoring conversations or you don't have parties booked, those are the types of things that you need to be focusing on, not worrying about your team. However, showing your team how you're working is super important. Okay? So I've already sent an email to my customers. I'm going to screenshot that and post it on my team page and show them that this is how I'm working. Okay? I am also this month doing the 100 6-pack and 10 new subscription challenge. So I'm going to show my team that I have this printed, taped, already right here. And I am going to keep track of that because that's a challenge, right? I'm going to be honest. I don't have a clue how many 6-packs I sold last month. I don't ever have a clue how many 6-packs I've actually sold in a month. But I'm going to challenge myself to do 100. And if I get to that, I'm going to up it. I'm going to up those goals. Okay. Something else that I do at the beginning of the month is so I'm deciding what personal specials I'm going to do. I have a lot of things that are on hand. I'm going to do a 10% off special for my customers for everything that I have on hand. And I'm going to invest that back into my business. Whether that means saving it to invest back on February 1st or doing it right now, I don't know. But I'm working on my personal business. If you don't have parties booked, you need to do it. If you haven't had sponsoring conversations, you need to do it. If you don't have a list of where you are keeping up with your contacts, then do that. If you haven't decided on your word of the year, do that. But you need to take care of your personal business. So I'm going to sit down and I have written down all of my team meetings and my leadership meetings. And I'm really just going to be very, very intentional with my time. But stop worrying about sending out emails or doing recognition or being all over your team page and doing all of those things if you're not taking care of you first. Because you have to lead from the front. And if you're not trying to get your 500 in, or you're scrambling, not having a clue where your PRV is going to come from, you need to figure it out. And if you're having trouble booking parties or you're having trouble doing any of those things, go watch a training. Stop watching Netflix and go watch a training. Something else that I'm doing is all of my product lists and catalogs are getting out of my house. I don't ever want to have to throw away that. This is throwing money away. If I don't get these into somebody's hands that may possibly want them, I'm throwing money away. Okay? So get all of your old stuff out of your house. Okay? Does anybody have any other questions about leadership stuff? Now, that doesn't mean I'm just going to ignore everybody. If somebody reaches out, I'm not going to do a coaching call, but I'll answer their questions. But we have got to start prioritizing ourselves and our customers and really doing those things before we start just giving ourselves away to our team. Because I even caught myself, I guess I need to pull those reports and start getting my team mail together. No. Chastity needs to bulk sample, which isn't necessarily income producing, but a football game that we want to watch comes on here in a little bit. So I'm going to do that while I watch the football game with my family. Okay? So don't kill yourself worrying about your team on the first week of the month. Use your bar report, set your goals. If you schedule posts, then schedule posts. If you're not on the How I Am Working page for Anchored Cents, I highly suggest you doing that. Anyway, put you first. First 5 to 7 days needs to be focused completely on your personal business. Love y'all. Mean it.